Greetings and salutations. Today we'll be covering Mount Everest's captivating Rainbow Valley. The mystique surrounding the Everest expedition draws adventurers from far and wide, but hidden amidst its grandeur lies a somber truth. Rainbow Valley, Mount Everest, is a chilling aspect of the ascent, shrouded in darkness rather than vibrant hues. Nestled below the northern ridge of the majestic Mount Everest, this treacherous terrain has earned the moniker Death Zone amongst intrepid mountaineers. Towering above 8,000 meters or more than 26,000 feet, it serves as the eternal resting place for fallen climbers, with countless bodies still strewn about its desolate expanse. As the name suggests, Rainbow Valley within Mount Everest owes its reputation to the colorful tapestry it presents from a distance. These hues, however, are deriven from the jackets of the fallen: reds, blues, oranges, and greens, all which enshroud the lifeless forms that never completed their arduous journeys. The valley echoes with the solemn presence of abandoned tents, discarded bags, cluttered debris, and forsaken oxygen tanks. Yet despite this melancholic ambience, this haunting phenomena remains an inescapable sight for those embarking on their Everest journey. While much of the world reveres Mount Everest for being the epitome of grandeur, few are acquainted with its dark aspects, such as Rainbow Valley. It is a crucial facet that every aspiring climber must confront before venturing forth. Rainbow Valley may conjure up images of an idyllic landscape. However, reality paints a much bleaker picture. Nestled beneath the northern ridge of Mount Everest, this desolate stretch looms above a treacherous altitude of 8,000 meters, which is around 26,000 feet, and it serves as a haunting testament to dreams dashed and lives lost, with the remnants of countless ill-fated climbers scattered all across its terrain. Colorful jackets stand as symbols of their unfulfilled aspirations. Said jackets still clothed the fallen, their vibrant hues an eerie contrast against the unforgiving surroundings. These macabre relics lie as a spectral phenomena which has earned the location the evocative name Rainbow Valley. Year after year, climbers push themselves to conquer the peak, a few achieving triumphant successes, while others succumb to the unforgiving trials of the ascent. Regrettably, some of those meet their untimely demise amidst the treacherous peaks and valleys of Everest. The Death Zone encompasses altitudes above 8,000 meters, or 26,000 feet, and has claimed the lives of numerous brave and adventurous souls. Within this perilous realm, the oxygen levels thin to a precarious extent. The harsh weather and relentless gusts of wind compound the inhospitable environment. The narrow trail within the death zone that accommodates only a single body passage at a time leaves those who perish along the route to be nudged aside, creating a tragic procession to the eventual graveyard, Rainbow Valley. Here, the remains of the fallen linger indefinitely, preserving their mortal visage as if they were frozen in time. Recovering the bodies from such a treacherous terrain poses an arduous and perilous task. Few are willing to risk their lives for the departed, and each retrieval operation requires a team of individuals. Consequently, as the death toll mounts in this unforgiving region, so too does the somber accumulation of bodies shape the bleak landscape we know as Rainbow Valley. With over 200 deaths recorded on Everest, this treacherous altitude has claimed the lives of many. Its thin air offers a mere 1/3 of the oxygen found at lower elevations, making it a battleground against the ravages of altitude sickness and death. Climbers embarking on the Everest expedition must carry supplemental oxygen tanks to aid their ascent. Any issues or shortages with these life-saving resources at such dizzying heights can lead to dire consequences. The overcrowded route through the death zone, which is depicted in multiple viral images of climbers forming long queues, becomes a perilous bottleneck. During peak climbing seasons, climbers find themselves confined within the death zone for agonizingly long periods while being subjected to its inhospitable embrace. Amongst the towering heights of Mount Everest, the death zone is where the majority of the fatalities occur. This area is surrounded by an unforgiving atmosphere of scarce oxygen supply, making it an ever-looming specter of death. The trail leading up to the summit within the death zone offers little respite, for its treacherously narrow passage can only accommodate a solitary body at a time. Thus, all those who meet their demise along this path are met with a haunting fate. They are unceremoniously nudged off the trail proper and cascade down into the abyss where Rainbow Valley awaits. As chilling accounts reveal, the dead bodies that litter the trails of the death zone are either stepped over or forcibly displaced, tumbling into the depths of Rainbow Valley or other regions below the mountain's rugged ridges. Climber Chad Gaston recounts the harrowing experience of navigating past the incapacitated individuals, their bodies resembling mummified remains, as he embarked on his ascent, a macabre testament to the treacherous journey that lies ahead for all those who intend to summit Mount Everest. Since 1922, the death toll within the death zone has surpassed 300. This perilous realm knows no mercy, as evidenced by the devastating avalanche of 2015, which claimed the lives of at least 19 climbers in a single climactic event. With each passing year, the number of lifeless forms continues to mount, their colorful jackets and gear transforming Rainbow Valley into a macabre tableau, a haunting testament to the sacrifices made in the pursuit of conquering the world's tallest peak. Now, the genesis of Rainbow Valley can be tracked back to the very genesis of expeditions of Everest themselves. As climbers embarked on their perilous quest, many met their untimely end along the treacherous slopes, thus solidifying their reputation at the specific altitude. The act of pushing aside deceased climbers becomes an unfortunate necessity within the narrow and unforgiving route. The challenges of retrieving the lifeless forms have proven to be in essence insurmountable, and thus the somber duty of clearing the path falls upon the living. In their pursuit of conquering the summit, climbers are compelled to slide down the fallen from their precarious walkway, allowing their own ascent while consigning the departed to the eternal depths of Rainbow Valley. In essence, the climbers themselves, successful though they may be, contribute to the ever-growing tapestry of Rainbow Valley. The crowded, constricted trails of the death zone have gained international attention in recent times, as haunting images of climbers forming an orderly queue captured the world's imagination. These brave individuals are forced to endure prolonged waits in this treacherous territory, their bodies tested by the extreme conditions surrounding them. It is here, amidst this perilous standstill, that the risk of fatalities increases exponentially. As time marches forward, the grim tally of lifeless forms continues to grow within the confines of Rainbow Valley. This haunting landscape has borne and will bear witness to tragedies. Essentially, the death zone and Rainbow Valley itself has become a spectral gallery that expands with each passing expedition, leaving a somber imprint on the annals of this majestic mountain. In this desolate valley, where death casts its somber veil, the retrieval of the fallen souls proves to be a near impossible task. While some bodies have recovered, the majority of them remained trapped, entwined in the unforgiving grip of the treacherous terrain. Helicopter rescues, the standard beacon of hope in dire situations, succumb to the wrath of the elements that claim the lives of the intrepid climbers. Extreme weather conditions, unforgiving climates, treacherously narrow trails, and dizzying altitudes converge to create an insurmountable barrier. Multiple climbers must unite their strengths and resolve to undertake the arduous task of even retrieving a singular body. This is seen as a monumental feat that weighs upon their already burdened expeditions. Yet the cost for such a perilous endeavor extends beyond. The financial burden of bringing down a dead body from the treacherous heights surpasses a staggering $70,000. This is a testament to the formidable challenges faced in the pursuit of recovery. However, even with the exorbitant incentives, the retrieval of the fallen climbers remains an elusive prospect. Tragically, the pursuit of recovery has exacted its own toll, claiming multiple lives in its wake. In 1984, two Nepalese mountaineers met their untimely demise while venturing into the death zone, seeking to bring down the remains of their fallen brethren. This harrowing episode served as a stark reminder that even the monetary compensation cannot guarantee the retrieval of the lost souls. The risk involved, the potential for further tragedy, and the sheer impracticality of the endeavor deters even the most intrepid of souls from venturing forth and attempting the retrieval of a body within the treacherous realm of Mount Everest. A question that lingers amidst the frigid winds of the icy peaks is, what is a primary specter that claims lives in this foreboding realm? The answer lies shrouded in the perilous death zone itself, the fact that it is perched above 8,000 meters. Here, amidst the biting cold and thin oxygen, a treacherous battle for survival unfolds. The narrow trail accommodating a single line of climbers is fraught with dangers at every step. A mere misstep, a slight misjudgment, or an unfortunate turn of the weather can spell the difference between life and death. The 1970s and 1980s have one of the more notable increases in death, jumping to a 2.2%. However, as time has progressed, this death rate has been slowly chiseled away, to the point that in 2019, the ratio dwindled to 1%. Within the treacherous realm of Everest's unforgiving slopes lies a chilling mystery, which has captured the attention of both explorers and the media alike. Green Boots, a haunting true story that resounds throughout the annals of mountaineering, has captured the attention of many who brave the chilling air that lingers at the peaks of Everest. Nestled within the foreboding northeast corner of Everest, there lies a figure adorned with a pair of distinctive green boots and oxygen tanks strapped to its back, standing sentinel, forever frozen in time. This individual has earned the moniker of Green Boots. Speculation abounds as to the identity of this mysterious climber, with many pointing to Swang Paljar, an intrepid Indian mountaineer who vanished during his ill-fated 1996 ascent. Trapped in an eternal slumber, Green Boots has found solace in a small cave beneath the summit. The ethereal glow of its green-clad feet serve as a beacon and a guidepost, directing climbers through the treacherous terrain of Rainbow Valley. Nearly 80% of those who embark on this perilous journey to the peak seek respite within this very cave, leading them to cast their eyes upon the legendary Green Boots. While Green Boots has become an unmistakable landmark, many of its comrades in tragedy have faded into the shadows of obscurity, such as two climbers, their fates entwined with that of Green Boots, perished in the same ill-fated incident, yet their bodies remained concealed, shadowed by the icy embrace of Everest. There is also the stories of Sleeping Beauty, a haunting saga that captivates the hearts of adventurers and storytellers alike. Set amidst the awe-inspiring backdrop of the world's highest peak, this fateful tale centers around the remarkable journey Frances Ascentia took. She was an American known to be rather tenacious, who defied the odds. The year was 1998, the date etched in the collective memory of mountaineers, May 22nd. Frances, accompanied by her devoted husband, embarked on a daring expedition to conquer the majestic Mount Everest. Unbeknownst to them, their extraordinary quest would soon take a harrowing turn for the worse, casting a shadow over their lives forever. While ascending the slopes, she accomplished a mountaineering feat, becoming the first American woman to ever conquer Everest without the aid of supplemental oxygen. However, as she began her descent, an eerie unease settled upon her. The scenery of the surroundings transformed into a sinister embrace, ensnaring her within its icy grasp. She found herself stranded on the unforgiving peak while having deprived herself of supplemental oxygen for a seemingly indeterminable time. Her once promising ascent now transformed into a perilous struggle for survival. News of her plight reached the ears of a rescue team, their hearts burdened with the weight of what they knew was an impending tragedy. However, driven by a glimmer of hope, the rescuers embarked on a treacherous mission to retrieve the ailing climber. However, their arrival brought forth the grim reality. The American was teetering on the precipice of death. The ravages of frostbite had gnawed at her fragile form. Her breath labored and feeble. Faced with the harsh reality of their predicament, the team made a rather harrowing decision. Knowing they could venture no further, in a poignant moment that would echo throughout the ages, the rescuers reluctantly left the American behind, lying on the summit of Everest, her ethereal presence mirroring that of a slumbering beauty. Thus, the moniker of Sleeping Beauty was bestowed upon her, forever commemorating her untimely end. Her lifeless figure, cloaked in the icy embrace of Everest, continues to captivate the imagination of those who dare traverse the treacherous Rainbow Valley. Even within the grounds of Everest Base Camp, whispers weave a tapestry of both wonder and sorrow. In the chronicles of Mount Everest, a name echoes out through the frozen winds. Said name symbolizes both triumph and tragedy. Hannelore Schmatz, a courageous German mountaineer, etched her place in history as the first woman recorded to meet her untimely demise on the treacherous slopes of Everest's Rainbow Valley. In the year of 1979, Hannelore, accompanied by her husband, embarked on a daring expedition to conquer the pinnacle of earthly heights. Joined by a group of 6 fellow climbers and 5 skilled Sherpas, they braved the elements and ascended the awe-inspiring peak. Triumph greeted their endeavors as they reached the summit, basking in the glory of their achievement. However, it was during their descent, amidst the unforgiving landscapes of the death zone, that the merciless grip of fate tightened its hold upon her. Fatigue and exhaustion clawed at Hannelore's weary form. In a desperate bid to stave off the darkness, she and American climber Gray Gent sought solace in the company of one of their Sherpa companions, hoping for respite from the biting cold. As night descended upon the perilous realm, an unforgiving snowfall engulfed the slopes, hurtling a tragedy towards the climbing group. In the cruel grasp of hypothermia, Ray Garrett succumbed to the merciless cold before breaking down. Hannelore and the Sherpa battled against the onslaught of nature's fury, surviving the harrowing encounter that claimed her companion. Amidst the treacherous descent at an altitude of 8,290 meters, disaster struck once again. Hannelore, weakened and weary, stumbled and fell, finding respite in the embrace of a backpack, her final perch upon the frigid slopes. Uttering her last plea for subsistence, water, water, her voice carried away by the howling winds as she succumbed to the perils that lay in wait. Her lifeless form, with eyes wide open and flowing locks dancing in the wind, bore silent witness to the unforgiving majesty of Everest. However, 5 years later, 2 intrepid climbers would meet their own tragic fate in their quest to recover her lifeless form. Bound by some ropes that once tethered Hannelore to life, they too succumbed to the unforgiving forces that loom on Everest. This caused the tale to take on an ethereal quality, and had her name etched upon Everest, for not only her death but the death of 2 others were tied to her fate. On Mount Everest, where life and death converge, a magnetic allure beckons souls to embark on the ultimate expedition. Since the historic first summit by Tenzin Norgay and Sir Edmund Hillary in 1953, Mount Everest has captivated the minds of adventurers from every corner of the globe. Each year, a pilgrimage of thousands of climbers undertakes the arduous journey to conquer the roof of the world. The path to the pinnacle presents 2 formidable routes, one from the land of Nepal and the other from the realm of Tibet. Each route holds its own perils and challenges. However, the southern route from Nepal, traversed by the legendary duo of Hillary and Tenzing themselves, remains the most traversed. Embarking on Everest expeditions demands more than just sheer courage. It requires a blend of physical endurance, mental fortitude, unwavering determination, and even luck. The unforgiving terrain, extreme altitudes, and harsh climate test even the most seasoned of mountaineers. Prior experience in high-altitude climbing is a prerequisite, a foundation upon which the ascent is built. The expedition, shrouded in danger, unfolds over a staggering duration of 65 days. However, if you focus solely on the core climbing days, the ascent to the peak and descent back to the base span a formidable 47 days. This arduous journey, marked by traversing through not just one, but 4 additional base camps that lie scattered across the treacherous path. With each base camp encountered, climbers can find respite and seek solace in acclimatizing to their surroundings, adding to the elongated timeline of each expedition, which would point to why a rescue mission would be significantly more difficult than in other terrains. Even with that information, the allure of the Everest expedition remains undiminished, as its journey beckons to adventure enthusiasts from all across the globe, attracting over 30,000 avid explorers each year. As they embark on this odyssey, they are rewarded with breathtaking vistas, all the while taking on the dangers and the potential for spending the rest of eternity amongst those who lie in Mount Everest's Rainbow Valley. If you remained with me until the end, I thank you, and I do hope you stay tuned and subscribe for more content.